Mr. President, do you have a reaction to the new Time magazine cover that has Elon Musk sitting behind your Resolute desk?
タイムマガジンにイーロン・マスクが、大統領の机の後ろで座っている写真がありますけども、それに関するコメントは何かありますか？
Is Time Magazine still in business? I didn't even know that.
まだタイムマガジンは廃刊じゃないんですか？
Welcome everyone to the Hurting Humanity channel. Everybody is talking about the latest Time magazine cover that depicts Elon Musk sitting at the Resolute desk, which is the president's desk, inside of the Oval Office in the White House. And Time magazine, along with The Economist, is a magazine that's most known for actual truth being revealed in plain sight. It's one of those magazine publications that uses not only predictive programming, but really conditions the masses into accepting what the globalists are trying to cram down our throats. So them putting this on the magazine cover, they want you to think that they're trying to get underneath Donald Trump's skin, that they're trying to divide MAGA, make them choose between Musk and Trump, and drive a wedge between Trump and Musk themselves. And of course, Donald Trump laughed it off and joked about it, even saying, is Time magazine even around anymore? Well, that's kind of funny since Donald Trump knows very well that he was named the Person of the Year for 2024. And of course, he was named Person of the Year back in 2016. And it's not like Donald Trump didn't notice these things, because he specifically, once he was named Time Person of the Year, was celebrating being Time Magazine Person of the Year. The magazine expects to make the official announcement on Thursday. This is back in December. And the president intends to ring in the New York Stock Exchange to celebrate as being named Person of the Year. Even included are quotes from Donald Trump when he was named Man of the Year in 2016, saying, "It means a lot, especially me growing up reading Time magazine. And you know, it's a very important magazine." So Donald Trump is well aware of what they're doing, and Donald Trump has no problem with what they're doing, because this is just another distraction that they're creating within MAGA to draw attention away from what Donald Trump and Elon Musk are implementing, which is AI governance. Donald Trump, even recently back in September, was on the cover of Time magazine, and it said "in trouble" as he was stuck in a sand trap on a golf course. And what happened that same week? Well, a man was accused on a golf course of attempting to assassinate Donald Trump. The man supposedly stalked him and conveniently, of course, missed the attempt on Trump's life, just like the man the first time around, the BlackRock actor who we all saw, who didn't look like he could actually, go to the bathroom on his own, supposedly outsmarted the Secret Service and was able to get a shot so close to his ear that it just nipped it. And we're supposed to believe that narrative as well. So Donald Trump knows that Time magazine is alive and well. Time magazine is actually one of the publications that is still respected among both liberals and conservatives, because they do things like give conservatives Person of the Year, which keeps those people sucked into thinking that, well, Time magazine still gives us some truth, right? So they want everybody to be divided and look at this as a wedge trying to be driven between Trump and Musk. And this is what all the talking heads talk about, right? It's all over the news. It's all that they're discussing. It's all that MAGA's discussing. Elon Musk tweeting out, "I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man," right? So why would a publication like Time magazine, which clearly goes out of its way to try to be neutral in a sense, why would they name Donald Trump Person of the Year multiple times? Why would they name Elon Musk Person of the Year? I mean, if they hate them so much, this would be like CNN then coming out and saying that Donald Trump was Person of the Year and giving him some serious legitimate award, because Time magazine and Person of the Year is taken as a very serious thing in America. Now, not serious by people like us, but the sheeple eat this stuff up. And every time they release it, there's a big announcement and people pay attention and they argue if it should be the Person of the Year or it shouldn't be. But they don't always name Democrats and liberals Person of the Year. They name both sides Person of the Year. So they clearly are not doing this to cause a wedge between Trump and Musk. They're doing this by design because they're showing you the truth in plain sight. They're showing you that Donald Trump is not really the president of the United States. Elon Musk is also not who he claims to be. He is an actor who is bringing forth all of the globalist changes and all of the globalist technology that they want normalized. They're pretending that Elon Musk is the creator of all of this technology, right? A lot of this energy technology, they pretend Elon Musk invented. He names his company after Nikola Tesla, right? Who actually is a person who was murdered for having figured out how to actually create free energy and other weapons like the earthquake machine. Now the government now has their hands on it. Who took over all that weaponry from Nikola Tesla? Well, Donald Trump's uncle did. And look who's sitting in front of us right now. Elon Musk, who has a company named Tesla, who pretends that he's creating all these innovative technologies, which the government has clearly created, and he's out there normalizing it while Donald Trump is being the one who supposedly is the boss in charge of implementing this as president of the United States of America. So if that sounds new to you, it shouldn't, because DARPA and our government since the 1950s have been creating technology such as Starlink and Neuralink and all these other things that Elon Musk takes credit for. If the government came out and said, hey, we've got a brain chip for you, and we're going to connect the human mind to artificial intelligence, you'd probably say no thank you, especially when it's coming from the government. But of course, if Elon Musk comes out and he's an innovator and he's just looked at as some great businessman, some great tech guy, and he's bringing the Neuralink, it's a lot different saying, hey, you can go and buy this and get this, and eventually we'll force you to go and get this because you won't be able to buy or sell without it. And on the same side, since he's a Republican, we'll give you Synchron and we'll give you the liberal side of how to get the Neuralink, right? This is a creation of Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, right? Because no matter what, they need to get you to agree to getting this technology. And they know that the government can't come out and tell you that the Starlink is from the government, that the Neuralink is from the government, because the people would rise up against the government and say, what are you doing with our tax money? Why are you putting in a Skynet around us? No, thank you. But instead, if you're a big tech company doing it, well, apparently we allow it to occur. So Elon Musk has always been front and center on Time Magazine. Recently we had Citizen Musk, where they're checking the boxes of all the things that Elon Musk is taking over, which of course will eventually include a mass deception of going to Devon Island, also known as Mars. He was listed as one of the 100 most influential people in the world. And when we talk about the things that are put on Time Magazine, and we get all in hysteria, right? MAGA people, not us, get all in hysteria about this cover. Are they trolling MAGA? They're trying to drive Trump crazy. They're trying to drive a wedge between all of us. These people don't even realize that magazine publications like Time have been conditioning you into accepting the same exact technology that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are talking about bringing, right? Here's a magazine cover from Time, The End of Humanity. You notice how AI are highlighted and lit up because that's the real risk. It says, how real is the risk? Well, it's very real. And if the end of humanity will come about from AI, isn't it amazing that our own patriot, Donald Trump, is the one who's bringing in AI infrastructure and AI data centers, right? At the same time as that, don't forget Donald Trump proposed a radical plan to fight cancer with mRNA cancer jabs. Trump has also talked about eugenics, which is important to get into. He's talked about how he wants to make eugenics great again. And of course, the man who is going to be at front and center for the health movement is RFK, who's also invested in CRISPR, right? So we could take a look at what's going on with Neuralink and Elon Musk instead of taking a look at how Elon Musk is sitting at the White House desk, because that's as far as they want you to be able to think. That's going to get under Trump's skin. Are they really friends? Are they going to fight over this? How about we pay attention to what they're implementing, which is AI governance infrastructure, right? We have Elon Musk, who is literally trying to get a brain chip inside of human beings' bodies. He's openly talked about the creation of a perfect human, but he said that he doesn't think genetic engineering is a technical battle, but a moral battle. Do you know what that means? A technical battle means that it's not about whether or not we'll have the technology to gene edit and create the perfect human, which of course he's tweeted about many times. It's about a moral battle. And they don't mean a moral battle as far as what's right and what's wrong. They're going to do it. It's a moral battle as far as convincing you into accepting it and thinking that it's right. A moral battle refers to a conflict or struggle where the primary issue at stake is based on deeply held ethical principles or beliefs, essentially a fight over what is considered right or wrong. And they're going to convince you that it's right. And Time Magazine's going to come along for the ride. Because look at all the Time Magazine covers over the last couple of decades that have talked about everything that's happening now, solving the mysteries of DNA, right? That's supposed to probably be Adam and Eve, I would assume, where they're showing you how do we solve the mystery of what DNA is. And then they come out with a magazine cover that shows you two human beings, a man and a woman, again, probably depicting Adam and Eve. And it says the new genetics, man into Superman. Well, that's an interesting notion, being that now we're at the time period where this technology is unleashed. But back then they were just talking about this stuff and people were reading it and not realizing they were being conditioned for decades and decades and decades into accepting gene editing and this new technology, right? We even have the serpent, right? The symbol for medicine, the future of medicine, right? And what are they showing it wrapped around? DNA. How genetic engineering will change us in the next century. And when they say change us, just like Klaus Schwab said, they literally mean to change you, to change what it means to be human.
Things like gene editing.
Exactly.
Opening a whole new horizon for medical science.
And you see, the difference of this fourth industrial revolution is it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take genetic editing,
Right.
Just as an example, it's you who are changed. And of course, this has a big impact on your identity.
We have the future of medicine, how genetic engineering will change us in the next century. The IQ gene, right? What scientists have uncovered about how memory works and how to improve it, right? And what is the little baby holding? Little baby's holding what looks like a strand of DNA because they're talking about genetic engineering. Another Time magazine cover from decades ago. Genetics, the future is now. New breakthroughs can cure diseases and save lives. But how much should nature be engineered? How about not at all, right? Time magazine, the gene machine. What the CRISPR experiments mean for humanity, right? Interesting that RFK, it was announced at least that he had stock in CRISPR. He's coming in, remember, to clean up the health system. He's going to tell you that they're going to remove food dyes and food additives from our food, while probably also telling you how safe gene editing is. And like I said previously, it didn't take Trump long to bring in the New World Order, not with just the AI infrastructure. On day one, talking about, once again, gene editing and how people are going to have their own personalized vaccines to cure cancer. Let's continue. Time magazine. Why your DNA isn't your destiny, right? You would think it is your destiny in a sense, right? Because your DNA is yours. It is you. You have your own unique genetic code. The new science of epigenetics reveals how the choices you make can change your genes and those of your kids, right? Time magazine. The future of babies. Gene editing, uterus transplants, 3 biological parents. That's right, 3 biological parents. For anybody out there that's in, what do they call them? Trisuple? What do they call these relationships where there's like 3 people involved? I mean, it's just absolute nightmare that we're living in right now, right? Time magazine, never offline, which I did a separate video on, which is available on the website, right? The Apple Watch is just the start. How wearable tech will change your life, like it or not, right? Never offline. Think about that. You'll never be offline. And with Starlink, you'll never be offline ever again. And especially when that technology that they're pretending they're showing you on his wrist is an Apple Watch, but that's really technology that's inside of you. And you'll never be off. Time magazine, God versus Science. These are all magazines that are constantly showing you this. What did you think? Hey, we already talked about that back in, a couple months ago. We talked about, let's talk about it again, God versus science. Well, why would we talk about it again? Well, we need to condition people into what's coming. And the more we tell them about what's coming, the more likely they'll be to accept it. Because if we just showed up at their door and told them we were going to edit their genes and they were going to turn into superhumans, they probably say no. If we told them that we're going to put their phone in their body, they probably say no thanks. So we need to condition them into it. We need to go from phones to wearable and then start telling you how the Neuralink is transforming lives, saving lives for paraplegics, and then eventually telling you how people are living longer with Neuralink. People are less depressed with Neuralink. People live an extra 20 years. Oh, what? I'll take it, right? God versus science, right? Which might as well say God versus Satan. And then, of course, you get Time Magazine 2045, the year man becomes immortal. Look at it side by side. Does that make sense to you? The year that man becomes immortal, that man is hooked up to a machine while Elon Musk is sitting at the White House. And what's he doing right now? Well, he's removing all human beings from government. He's getting you to want all human beings removed from government because you're getting gaslit about where your taxes are going. And again, I know that our taxes are burned on fire, whether you pay them or not. I know they don't go towards anything that any of us would deem credible. But the reason they're telling you is to get you to accept what they're doing. Not because they care about you. Not because Elon Musk, who once was a Democrat, is now a Republican, cares about where your tax money's going. They want you to be angry so that they could say, we're going to get all these humans out of here. We're going to cut your taxes down without you realizing why we're cutting it down. Not cutting it down so that you're happy and you give a thumbs up. They're cutting it down temporarily so you agree with everything that they're doing. But eventually you're going to have universal basic income because at the same time they tell you that the end of humanity is near and AI is going to be responsible. People like Elon Musk are telling you that we're all going to need a universal basic income, right? So let's keep firing humans in government instead of replacing them with regular people like us, because we all know the people in there are placed in there. We don't have any real elections. We've never got any real evidence of anyone winning any election. We're just told by the same news we call fake news who wins every time, right? But instead of doing that, we'll just eliminate and break the whole infrastructure down, right? And that's what Elon Musk is doing. Everybody's accepting it. Meanwhile, 2045, the year man becomes immortal. Well, who's trying to do that? Who's trying to get people hooked up to the internet, right? Are people aware of exactly what I said earlier with Neuralink, okay? What it is, it's amazing to me. It is a BCI, a brain-computer interface, okay? Human beings hooked up to computers wirelessly. They like to show you like a plug in the back of the neck, because how else are they really going to give you symbolism of you being connected to the internet? But they literally are showing you everything that was shown in the Matrix on these magazine covers, right? And what's even more amazing is the people who think they're awake couldn't be more asleep, which is the irony of the Matrix with the blue and the red pill, which isn't really irony. That's strategically in there, right? You take the red pill, you're still asleep if you believe in politics, fully asleep. So Elon Musk, while this stuff's going, while he's sitting on the cover of Time, he knew he was going to be put there. They did this deliberately. These are the little distractions they give people to pay attention of this stuff. Oh man, they're going to make them fight like we're in 5th grade, like we're at the schoolyard. Did you hear Jimmy and John got in a fight? What did they fight over? They were best friends. Well, some girl said that Jimmy's girlfriend said that Johnny hit on. What? Today at 4 o'clock, they're going to fight in the playground. And then that's all they focus on like children. Right? And that's all they're talking about. It's viral. Everyone's talking about it. Time, I can't believe it, right? As if Elon Musk didn't know they were going to do this and Donald Trump didn't know. And Donald Trump just, all he has to do is play it off and be like, they're still around. Right? You were only named Time Person of the Year and then openly talked about what an honor it was a few months ago, right? And this is the same publication that's made Elon Musk Man of the Year, right? Because this is predictive programming. This is them showing you truth in plain sight. Time Magazine, The Economist, they always do it, right? And what are they showing you when they show you 2045, the year man becomes immortal? And Elon Musk sitting at the White House desk. Might as well just tweet out and put this back out there. X is humanity's collective consciousness, right? All of these things with gene editing and never being offline and Superman, right? Go from man to Superman and being superhuman, altering genetic code. That's everything that's going to be pushed with Trump and Musk, and no one's going to notice it. Because they're going to tell you that they can cure cancer by taking this. Oh, you can? Oh, maybe I'll get my own personalized one, right? Oh, wait, what? We can get a Neuralink and we could suddenly walk again, and we've never walked since the war. We lost a limb. We heard about that soldier. He lost a limb. And thanks to Elon Musk's tech, he could walk again. Oh, you mean thanks to DARPA's tech that DARPA created. And Elon Musk is the one who's promoting it to you because they don't want you to be skeptical of government. They don't want you to resist what they're going to push down your throat. They want you to think that you're making a choice. Well, we have Elon Musk's Neuralink. I hate Elon Musk. I won't get a Neuralink. Yeah, but guess what? Jeff Bezos has one. I mean, everybody's on board, right? That'd be like Democrats and Republicans, right? One side versus the other saying, hey, we're going to get rid of cell phones. They would never agree to that, right? Oh, Samsung's like, well, we'll give you the conservative cell phone. There's never a discussion about, hey, let's just get rid of the cell phone, right? Can't have the technology be a political issue, ever. Right? Because they need it. That's the control grid. That's the enslavement. It's via technology, AI governance. Okay? So they never have an issue like that, right? They'll never go, wait a minute. All the Dems use Apple. Well, we'll get rid of Apple and we'll get Samsung. Oh, wait a minute. No, we can't think like that. Right? We all need our phones and our tech. So they'll give you the choice. They'll give you your conservative with the Neuralink, and they'll give you Synchron for the Democrats. But the tech will move forward. And nobody will create it because Bezos isn't creating it. Gates isn't creating it, right? Musk isn't creating any of this stuff. It's DARPA who's creating it. It's DARPA who has been trying to hook up man and machine. And this is how they're duping you into it with this game that they play. Political theater. I love the term political theater and how nobody ever thinks about it, like that they're actually doing it. People are like, oh, political theater, right? It's like a common phrase in our society. Ah, political theater. Oh, political theater, right? They realize that every single day, everything these clowns do is political theater. And like children, they get drawn in so easily, right? I'm going to bring in AI governance infrastructure for $500 billion, Trump says, right? And people go, wait, what does that mean? He goes, look, I'm signing a bill to ban men from women's sports. And look at all the girls standing around my desk. And they go, yeah, like children, because that's all it takes. That's all it takes. They can't even think about what AI governance means. They're just glad that they control the Democrats they know on social media because now they can't have men and women playing the same sports because these are the things they care about. These absolute nonsense issues, right? At the same time with this, right? They care about this. Talking about mixing man and machine with the Neuralink. All these things get ignored. But since he's on the cover sitting at the White House, that's Time Magazine is trying to draw a wedge, right? Time Magazine seems pretty neutral. I mean, they just named Trump Person of the Year. So what are they really trying to tell you? Well, they're trying to tell you what's actually going on in plain sight. Because if you pay attention to Elon Musk, it's all the things that are being implemented are all via technology. And who's the face of it? Who had to be a part of this to get this on board? If Trump didn't have Elon Musk attached to him, you think they'd be pulling off this AI infrastructure stuff? There's a reason that he's there so that people go, oh, well, he's doing it because Elon, then Elon pretends he's opposed to it. He's like, I'm against Oracle. I don't know about this, because they want you to think that Elon Musk is shoving it down your throat. So he's opposed to it, but Trump is for it, right? It's a game. It's a game on your mind. And they play it every single day. So Time Magazine, of course, Trump pretends like he does. Is that around still? He's just named Person of the Year, just quoted saying how important Time Magazine is in his life. He's on it almost every single month. Even the predictive programming on the golf course, right, was in trouble, right? Time Magazine always shows you agendas being pushed like everything else, but truth in plain sight. Truth in plain sight. Same with The Economist. These are publications that you look at that don't necessarily side 100% with Democrats or Republicans. They remain neutral. They're conditioning mechanisms for both sides. I thank everybody for being here. Hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families as always.